Okay, so as Jack Smith and the DOJ, Merrick Garland, as they work their way up the food chain to Trump, I'm going to do 5 different readings. This first one will be for Mark Meadows. I want to find out if he will face any criminal charges or jail time or whatever for his part in the January 6th insurrection. Since the January 6th committee is done. So anyway, I'm going to do Mark Meadows, John Eastman, Rudy, of course, Jeffrey Clark, and Miss Lindsay on his fainting couch. But anyway, hold on while I get tuned into Mark Meadows. So I only want the truth. Setting the intention here to draw the right cards, asking my spirit team to guide me to the right cards for the truth as to Mark Meadows' legal future. And I know I've done readings on these guys before, but so this will be an update. I just can't remember if I used... I never go back and watch my own readings unless somebody tells me to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and of course I'll take the several off the bottom in case we need those, but so here's our top row. Yeah, thieving, conniving. Okay, so Mark Meadows. There he is. He appeared. Yeah, Mark Meadows and his ambitions to deceive. Okay, second row. I think these will all fit. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room. I forgot. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Well. Oh. Ruh-roh. For Mark Meadows. Okay, so, excuse me, smack dab in the middle of the reading here we have the coffin, so it's a painful loss and ending for him. It knights up to his ambitions. It knights up to what he's done in the past, and this is my 2-year card often, and we're definitely past that 2-year mark. So anyhow, mark for Mark. This card has to do with his, in this situation, would have to do with his strategy, his plans, his ambitions to get something done. Then up here to this corner with a thievery card, this would be this would be a loss coming to him. Yeah, due to not only the rules and regulations, knighting down here to this official person card, but the rules and regulations, and this could be our Jack Smith card. Because due to his irresponsibility, my card, the thievery card is my card for a loss that someone suffers because of their irresponsibility. Someone, because of their negativity, someone who's, stolen something, He's trying to, Mark Meadows is a big part of trying to steal the election and the strategy of the big lie and his involvement with that clan, you know. Then over here to this corner, oh my God, Mark Meadows has the two worst cards, or two most negative cards when it comes to the context of this question, right up here. So with the false person, this is cheating, lying, everything I was talking about, you know, with thievery card, but definitely coming under, you know, something fake and trying to avoid, you know, the actual truth, which was that Biden won. And then down here we have some health issues possibly, or at least a down patch coming in for him. And I would think that it's very possible that he does do some jail time or is incarcerated somewhere, and he could have health issues where he goes. I really doubt that he would be, because we're talking treason, so I don't think he'd end up in Club Fed anywhere. Could be, you know, like Rikers or who knows where. Or Leavenworth, right? Because isn't that a military prison, I think, in Kansas? So, okay. So Mark Meadows is here. So he's looking forward to the, you know, his intimate circle of friends who had the reputation for a long time to develop the plan of stealing the election. That's what he's come. This is what's coming into his future, and what's sneaking up behind him is the ambition of someone, you know, like Jack Smith and Merrick Garland and everyone who. And here's our J6 committee card here. The ambition of the J6 committee card to get all the people who were in, you know, in on it, in on the plan, in on the strategy. Wow. So Jack Smith and Merrick Garland, the DOJ, they're coming from the place of the obligation to have security for our nation and, you know, keep that stability going. That is their reputation, their honor to do. And they're dealing with all these lying, thieving, you know, creeps. The Great Fortune card being on top of the, you know, the DOJ, the rules, the regulations, our Constitution. We're talking, you know, the 14th Amendment, Section 3, I believe. This would also be our stand-in card for the Constitution, because it's our, you know, it's the document of which we function on. And that's also reiterated here with the House card, you know, looking at it from another layer. And that's where they will be working from. And also, you know, the death that was caused. So it was basically this plan, his plan, Mark Meadows and these others, and, you know, Trump's, of course, their plan in order to, you know, to have their working plan, I should say, in order to end the election for Biden. And that's not going to work well for them at all. Now, it might also be, I'm looking at the cards that are knighting to the coffin, right? So it's, you know, 2 over and 1 up, or 2 over and 1 down. So I'm drawn to, I think, the connection here between the J6 committee's report and their vision to get all the people who were involved. And also it could tie into, you know, any foreign proceeds that were put through Trump's campaign funds, I believe, campaign contributions, because those cannot work well, or work well for the politicians involved. We have laws around that. That's part of, I think, the 14th Amendment in the Constitution. But then on another layer here, this could be, Mark Meadows could be drinking a lot and having health issues because he's just, I don't have the, the 32 or the 33 card here showing that he's just really tortured with worry, but maybe it's because he's drinking or using drugs just to numb out. These two cards together looks like somebody who uses drugs to go to sleep at night. And again, evading the situation. And that's how he controls his issues. He thinks he has some control here, but I think it's just been an abundance of risk that he's taken. And the J6 committee, now that they're done and it's dissolved, which is another clue here, the J6 committee is dissolved, their report lives on. And that's the experience that Mark Meadows will be that's his soul journey that he will be experiencing, that changes his reputation here, ends his reputation, ends his honor, puts him in a position of being lonely and feeling isolated because they're all, having the rut-row. This is a subpoena. It could be an indictment that comes down. Now, when they have grand jury trials, they're often, I've been reading up on that, and I'm learning so much. One of the main things I learned was that they're often, well, they are secret. All of the documents that come out at first. That's why with Fani Willis's first, putting it out there, she wanted a grand jury trial. Then they have a special grand jury. But it's often, everything's secret, and then it comes out later. Well, here's everything coming out later, and these are the cards that, that show, that are backing that up. So it's all in the J6 committee's report, and I think it's just all right here. I don't think I need to go through all the knighting and the this and this and this, but if you guys like doing that, go for it. Here's your chance to take a screenshot. I am going to keep my hands and chopstick away from the spread. Take your screenshot now. But what I see in the future here is him, Mark Meadows, having tons of legal meetings with his attorneys, but I don't see them keeping him out of either prison or at least some restriction to where he can never run for public position again. And wasn't he the idiot that wrote a book, and wasn't it published, and the J6 committee even had that before they interviewed him, because he tried to retract a bunch of things. I do get that he lied. He lied to the committee. I do see that. What was at the bottom? Yeah, everyone he was in bed with. All the lies and details. Again, the bonds, the visits. Oh, yeah. Oh, so and then surveillance. And maybe some money that he made off of it. I honestly think that this guy, because we have, the journey card here, he could have been, oh yeah, and then this card, touching, he could have very well organized and paid for somehow with these super PACs that they had going on. Remember, I posted it in the community section, something that popped up on my screen watching MSNBC, where they had Trump in the middle and then all these super PACs that, I think there were 5 or 6 of them, that he had created in order to take this down. So in order to, do the J6, he had the funding arranged for the J6 insurrection. So that's going to come out as well. Wow. Okay, well, that's it, you guys. Thanks. Take good care. Bye.